Grammarly. What's going on with Grammarly? There are a lot of competition. Yeah.
Yeah, so they do have a lot of competition, and I think that they're really kind of putting their best effort up to kind of keep up with competition like Microsoft Copilot and Google Duet. I mean, they're integrating into lots of different places. They do have like a chatbot feature within Grammarly where you can ask questions, but they just announced a couple of new features. Which one of them is unlimited prompts for enterprise customers. So that's really where they're focusing on kind of this enterprise scale AI, where you can ask things like, help me to write an outline for a blog, or help me to summarize this document, or basically ask to poke holes in documents. You can say, what am I missing? Or what are the key points in this document? So they've upped the prompts for enterprise customers to unlimited. The Teams version, customers, not Teams as in Microsoft, but Teams, which is their, like business Teams, their various tiers, now have double the prompts, which is 2,000. It used to be 1,000. And using the chat box, you can ask for more context. So ask it questions where it really becomes conversational with the chatbot. So if you say like, what are the points I'm missing, and what would you do to improve that kind of conversation with it. And then they have some other things that they've added. Some are for premium users, some are for free users. So free users have like positioning anchors and citations. I think for citations, for us, like for research, that's really helpful. They don't have it in enough websites right now where it's really solid, but I did speak with them, and they plan on having a lot more. Right now it's in Wikipedia, you can put in, if you use ChatGPT there, but they're adding websites all the time where you can just automatically generate a citation from a piece of text, which is super helpful. When I was, I like to drop the Yale thing, when I was getting my certificate at Yale, I had to use citations for everything, and I actually used the Grammarly citation, and it's quite helpful. But one thing that did come up while I was looking, kind of at all of their things. Hey, Anshul.
Hey, Anshul, how you doing, buddy? Miss you.
I love when we get comments, live comments. Anyone want to ask a question live? We like those
That's
too.
funny.
But one thing that I did come across when kind of looking into more of their AI features is that they do use some customer anonymized data. They say they strip it completely, but they do use some customer data to train their LLMs. That was reported in one news publication. They reached out to them, they got clarification, and they said that if you ask for a security check, you can turn that feature off. I do think that's it's slightly cagey. I like that when companies lead with toggling off and notify you that you can toggle on or off. I think having to ask for a security review to toggle that off if you're under 5,000 seats is not the way to go. Even if you are if you're anonymizing the data. I think if you ask real security experts, they will tell you that data is not able to be purely anonymized. Even if you strip it of personally identified information, there's still some things that can get through. So I think that's a bad move. And I'm basing this on clarification from the company that they gave to another outlet. So if they want to give me further clarification, I will very happily revise that. But as of now, this is what I know. And I appreciate companies that start like Zoom, that start with toggle off, like Microsoft, that it is in your face what it is doing. It is very clear that anytime you enter in a prompt, you know exactly what it's being used for, if your data is being used to train a model or not. In some cases, companies are using it as a trade-off. If you are getting it for free, you know that it's going to be used to train a model. That's a trade-off, right? But if you're paying for a service, it should be a toggle on, toggle off, very, very specifically upfront, and it's not something that should be hidden.
I think it sounds cagey to me, especially with what we went through Zoom. But the fact is that Grammarly doesn't have enough data like Microsoft or Google does to not be able to train on customer data and kind of obscure it.